Good evening. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from the YouTube channel. So, team, my conclusion of the 1988 season as a whole, looking at the major bowl games. We're going to start with the Sun Bowl. December 24th, Alabama beat Army 29-28. In this game, quarterback David Smith threw for 412 yards for the Crimson Tide, and Army ran for 350 yards. Fullback Ben Barnett led Army with 177 yards rushing, including a 51-yard run up the middle on first drive that signaled two touchdown underdog Cadets came to play. Although Bama had the nation's fifth best rushing defense at 96 yards per game, it was unfamiliar with Army's wishbone tactics because Cadets gained 233 yards in the first half behind quarterback Brian McWilliams, taking 14-13 halftime lead. Tide deficit would have greater had linebacker Derek Thomas not blocked two field goals. Overall, Bama safety Charles Gardner made it and to seal the win as they won 29-28. In the Aloha Bowl, Washington State beat Houston 24-22. This matchup features the nation's third and fourth ranked offenses. Washington State averaged 494 yards per game. Houston averaged 484 yards per game. The Liberty Bowl, Indiana beat South Carolina 34-10. All-American Bowl, Florida beat Illinois 14-10. Emmitt Smith ran for 159 yards on 28 carries, including a 55-yard touchdown. Freedom Bowl, Brigham Young beat Colorado 20-17. In the Holiday Bowl, December 30th, Oklahoma State beat Wyoming 62-14. As Barry Sanders ran for 5 touchdowns for 222 yards rushing. Peach Bowl, North Carolina State beat Iowa 28-23. In the Gator Bowl on January 1st, Georgia beat Michigan State 34-27. Georgia went to air behind quarterback Wayne Johnson, who threw career-high 227 yards and 3 touchdowns. Rodney Hampton ran 109 yards, caught 4 passes for 71 yards. Meanwhile, Andre Rison of Michigan State had a Gator Bowl record with 9 catches for 252 yards and 3 touchdowns. Hall of Fame Bowl, Syracuse beat Louisiana State 23-10. The Citrus Bowl, Clemson beat Oklahoma 13-6. Now, Oklahoma dropped its first ever games to ACC opponents after winning 16 straight games. In the Cotton Bowl, UCLA beat Arkansas 17-3. Winning bowl in record 7th straight season, UCLA Bruins dominated like their mid-season top ranking, matching up favorably to Arkansas's flex ball attack. The Bruins defense put on a spectacular show, holding Arkansas to all-time low, 42 yards, minus 21 yards passing, rushing each, and dominating time possession by 42 minutes and 43 seconds to 17 minutes and 17 seconds. At the sluggish start in the first quarter, UCLA scored 2 touchdowns in the second quarter on 93-yard, 74-yard drives. Second ending with quarterback Troy Aikman 1-yard touchdown pass to tight end Corwin Anthony with 21 seconds left in the half. Covering midfield fumble midway through the third quarter. Arkansas fans finally gave their fans when it took 6 plays to move 14 yards to 49-yard field goal by Kendall Traynor. That was it for the Hogs. Troy Aikman's final game as a pro completed 19 of 27 for 172 yards to 13 different receivers completed passes went to. Sean Wills, the title back, ran for 120 yards. The Fiesta Bowl, Notre Dame won the national championship, beating West Virginia 34-21. Behind a huge offensive line made up of fifth-year seniors, Mountaineers quarterback Major Harris accumulated impressive yards and point totals during the undefeated regular season. But by halftime, a Fiesta Bowl matchup with top-ranked Notre Dame, West Virginia was losing 23-6, and Harris was being chased all over the Irish, over the gridiron by Irish defensive end Frank Stamms, who had 2 sacks. Meanwhile, the Irish had 455 yards of total offense. Tony Rice threw 2 touchdowns, 213 yards, 711 passing. Rice marched Notre Dame to an 80-yard touchdown that clinched the game, running for 15 yards on third down and 7, hitting wide receiver Ricky Wars on a 57-yard strike, and finally reserve tight end Frank Jacobs for a 3-yard touchdown pass to seal the win and national championship. Michigan beat Southern California 22-14 at Rose Bowl. Miami beat Nebraska 23-3. After playing for championships in past 2 seasons, Miami wanting to prove to the nation that they still consider themselves best in all land. Hurricanes looked as good as ever in routing Huskers, holding Big 8 champs to 80 yards rushing and 55 yards passing, while gaining 354 yards on offense. Kings defense used speed to consistently thwart Nebraska, which came in averaging nation's best 382 yards rushing. Miami sacked quarterback Steve Taylor 6 times, picked off 2 of his passes, while making 3 interceptions overall. Quarterback Steve Walsh of Miami led workmanlike offense, completing the date Orange Bowl record 21 of 44, 285 yards, 2 touchdown passes to fullback in the county. Despite his passing record, Walsh never truly reached his rhythm as blitzing the Huskers defense picked him off 3 times, 2 by defensive back Charles Fry. Miami received 3 field goals from Carlos Huerta, the kicker, which was more than enough scoring. Kicker Greg Barrios' 50-yard field goal in third quarter prevented shutout. But Nebraska still scored its fewest points in 27-game bowl game. 27-game bowl history. Jimmy Johnson said after it would prove to be his final game at Miami, "That's what we wanted to prove tonight to the country, that we were the very best." Still, the Hurricanes finished second in the final AP poll. Finally, Sugar Bowl, January 2nd, Florida State beat Auburn 13-7. Teams grappled in defensive struggle, which was ended appropriately by star defender Florida State All-American cornerback Deion Sanders, who had been burned twice on Auburn's ill-fated final drive for victory. Then Sanders came back to life by picking off a pass to end zone with 5 seconds left. Key players in this game was Tammy Smith, the tailback, ran for 115 yards, 24 carries. Fullback Dane Williams scored on a 2-yard run. Stan Stiver made an interception. Florida State won the game, 13-7 in the Sugar Bowl. In the EP poll, the final EP poll as of January 3rd, we had Indiana at number 20, 19 Louisiana State, Houston 18, 17 Alabama, 16 Washington State, 15 Georgia, 14 Oklahoma, 13 Syracuse, 12 Arkansas, 11 Oklahoma State, 10 Nebraska, Clemson 9, 8 Auburn, 7 Southern California, 6 UCLA, 5 West Virginia, 4 Michigan, 3 Florida State, 2 Miami, and number 1 Notre Dame. That concludes a look at the season. Let's go over certain stats. Start look at the top performance formula. Number 1 was Miami. Number 1. Top opponents records 1988 Virginia Tech. Pac-10 was number 1 out of conference records. They had a 27-7 record with a winning percentage 7-9-4-1, 2-1 in the bowl game. Individual statistical leaders, rushing yards, Barry Sanders was the top winner with 2,628 yards, 2,628 yards, averaging 7.6 yards per carry, 344 attempts. Passing yards, Scott Mitchell, 323 completions, 533 attempts, 4,322, 60.6 completion percentage. Receiving yards, Jason Phillips was Houston, 108 catches, 1,444 yards. The consensus All-American team for 1988 on offense you had Jason Phillips of Houston, Hartley Dykes of Oklahoma State, tight end Marv Cook, Iowa, line, offensive line Tony Mandarich, Michigan State, Anthony Phillips, Oklahoma, Mike Utley, Washington, Mark Stepnoski, Pittsburgh, center, Jake Young, Nebraska, John Vartel, Michigan, quarterback Troy Aikman, UCLA, the running backs Barry Sanders, Oklahoma State, Anthony Thompson, Indiana, Tim Worley, Georgia, Arkansas, Kendall Trainer, place kicker, defense, Mark Messner, Michigan, Tracy Rocket, Auburn, Wayne Martin, Arkansas, Frank Stamps, Notre Dame, Bill Hawkins, Miami. Linebackers, Derek Thomas, Alabama, Broderick Thomas, Nebraska, Michael Stonebreaker, Notre Dame. Defensive backfield, secondary, Deion Sanders, Florida State, Donnell Wolford, Clemson, Louis Oliver, Florida, UCLA, Darrell Henley, Keith English, Colorado, punter. The Heisman Trophy vote for 1988, the vote getter at the top was Barry Sanders, junior tailback, Oklahoma State. He had 1,878 votes. Rodney Peete, senior quarterback, Southern Cal, had 912. Troy Aikman finished third with senior quarterback, UCLA, 582. Steve Walsh, junior quarterback of Miami, finished with 341. And 280 votes went to Major Harris, junior quarterback, West Virginia. Major award winners was Maxwell and Walter Camp. Award went to Barry Sanders. Tracy Rocker, senior defensive tackle for Auburn, won the Outland and Lombardi Trophy Award. Derek Thomas, senior linebacker, Alabama, won the Dick Butkus Award. Jim Thorpe Award went to Deion Sanders. Troy Aikman won the Davy O'Brien Award. Rodney Peete won the John Unitas Award. And the AFCA Coach of the Year was Don Nealon. So that includes a look at 1988 college football history and review. The week that was college football history review, the 1988 college football season. Please like, subscribe, comment on the channel, do a video of the overview of the 1981 college football season in week 1. Until then, like, subscribe, comment. Until then, talk to you.